social media. Obviously, we grew up on social media, but in a different way, because these men have got Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We didn't have that. Okay,
bro, we grew up on MySpace, MSN.
Bebo. You know what I'm saying? On MySpace. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, since the introduction of these social media sites, what do you think for you has changed in terms of the game,
bro?
I mean that in the first aspect, as in your game, two, as in the actual dating game.
All right, cool. So I would say, for as much good as it's done like equally bad. But I would say, like, if you know how to navigate it, it makes your situation can be way easier. So like, I get like a lot of guys especially, like DMing me all the time, and they're like, oh, I just want a little bit of advice on like how can I figure out, pretty much same again, how can I figure out if she's a prospect? Like, I don't have much luck with the girls, like how can I figure out? And I'm just like, bro, like the good thing about social media is it allows for subtlety and nuance. Like, you don't have to put yourself completely out there. You have complete deniability. So all it takes is a little maybe she's throwing up a story or something, like you got a crush or whatever, she's throwing up a story, just a quick little fire, little love struck face, a little fire reaction. It's a quick reaction to just put the things out there. And it test it, and she can never categorically say, this guy's moving to me, like what's his problem? Like, you're not gonna send a reaction to a story and the girl's gonna hit you back like, yuck, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? I'm not interested. She's just gonna accept it with another 900 reactions she probably got. So it allows you to be subtle. It allows you to just slowly get the confidence up, and it allows for talking points. Like, you don't have, like I said, when I'm in there and I don't know the girl, whatever, and I'm terrible at starting a conversation, it allows for just like specific talking points. Like, she just posted something in the Maldives or something, just like, oh, swear, where's that? And then just off the bat, like bang, 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 all of a sudden she likes travel, you like travel, she's been to here, you haven't, like you've been here, she hasn't, she wants to go here, like all these things you can talk about just from like one little story, like one little minute detail about their life allows you to just bang, go. And you don't have to ever really step outside your comfort zone, because again, even if you do get rejected, you're just like, all right, cool, man, on to the next, like that's fine. Or you can literally delete it and pretend it never happened. You can delete it and it never happened, and you move on. Especially if you don't know that person, you'll never have to bump into that person. You could be talking to someone in Australia, because you know what I mean, like it's so easy to stay in your comfort zone and kind of build your confidence from there, which is the good stuff about, which has changed the game completely. But then again, with the in terms of what I was gonna say, showing off your best self, that's basically like, I'm talking like, let's say Instagram, for example. Instagram is basically someone's best self. That is just a catalog of your best self, and you're selling yourself without ever having to interact with someone. So someone can already pass a judgment. Like someone can see my Instagram and think, nah, and just write me off from the offset. Do you know what I mean? Just it's gonna be a no from me. So it doesn't matter how many like DMs I send her, like if I bump into her in public, if I'm reacting to stories, like even if I've got good icebreakers, good conversation topics, etc., none of that matters, because she's already seen my best self, and she said nah. So it's a tough one. So exactly. So all the things it's done good for the game is also crashed it, bro. Because sometimes no is no before you even get a chance to step in the door. But yeah, what do you think?
I think, you know what, and I think you're actually right. So I think obviously with social media, what's happened is that you can now get away with the whole, I wasn't trying to move to you.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I'm not gonna lie to you, because fam, this hat can only take so much. You know what I'm saying? It can only take so much. Yeah, and I think girls underestimate. So they're like, why can't these guys move to me? Listen, let me tell you something, darling. Some of you lot's faces are like stone walls. When we go over there, you give us a stone wall, and our art can't take that. Do you understand? Yeah. The heart can't take that. Do you understand? But for all speed, I think with social media, what it's allowed us to do in terms of actual, if you got, let's say you got game, innit? Those who are maybe less so of a talker on the forefront, like, you know, some of us are a bit more like yourself. I'm a bit more of a listener. I'm not sure if I'm in person, start talking. You know what I mean? I like to kind of put myself in a position to just listen to people and hear what they're saying. That don't work if you're trying to move to people. You know what I'm saying? Like be a bit more on the forefront. Good talker. That's why I always say that good salesmen oftentimes are very good when it comes to women because they just talk. You understand? You're not going to get a chance to reply. He's going to give you all the information straight up front. Boom. And I think social media allows for an equilibrium when it comes to those guys who are the talkers and those guys now who are the listeners, which is that now you don't have to be impulsive with the conversation. You can drop a little one too, like you said. Oh, she dropped a story. Oh, look, I actually like your story. Little tidbit. Nothing too crazy. Conversation can open up that way. It actually opens up the forum to have more conversation without that initial, okay, what am I going to say when I get over there? You can actually take your time and go, okay, cool. She's put up a story about, let's say, cats. You don't even like cats. All right, cool. But it's I don't like cats, but I like your story. Boom. Conversations open. You can't, like, who approaches and goes, I don't like cats, but you know what?
Bro, right.
I'm feeling you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And like elaborate on that point as well, it also gives you the opportunity to choose your talking points from that, exactly what you just said. Like if she's uploading stories and she's uploading something about cats, I'm like, I don't like cats. I can wait till tomorrow's story. I can see what it is about this girl that I do like. And you're right. If I approach you in person and I'm like, cool, so like, what do you do for fun? And she's like, I like walking my cats. I'm done now. Like I either have to pretend to you or lie to you, or I have to turn around and I'm like, I'm done. Like I could find you so attractive, but there's nothing I can do about you telling me that you take your cats for a walk. Like it's just not me. But with that story thing, if I can choose to ignore that, pass that side and be like, all right, we'll try again tomorrow, man. We move. And that's, it definitely allows for that.